But if you didn't do anything wrong and you don't apologize, or maybe you make light of it in some creative way, then the probability that it will turn around and flip in your direction, if you can tolerate the weight, is extremely high. And I don't think that, part of the reason I'm bringing this up is because I don't think that people who are in the throes of being canceled understand this. Because you could imagine historically, if an angry mob of your neighbors showed up on your doorstep with pitchforks and flames, and there was like 40 of them, it would probably be a good time to think, these people wouldn't have gone to all that time and effort, in all likelihood, had I not done something wrong, right? But now you can whip up a Twitter mob in no time whatsoever, with no effort, at no cost to yourself, and probably some benefit. And so your instinctual responses to being mobbed are wrong.
Yeah,
right?
because it doesn't translate to the real world.
Right.
I just walked through 2 very packed airports and did nothing but take like 45 pictures.
Right.
Nothing but a positive response.
Have you had any negative responses? You said you had no negative responses to anything you've ever said so far when you're actually on stage. Yeah. Well, what about out in the actual world?
Not once. Never once has somebody come up to me and said, hey, I didn't like the thing you said. Because that kind of social, I don't know if you want to call it, between a mixture of social awareness and accountability doesn't translate to the real world. People know.
It also takes a lot of gall to do that. Come up to someone and say, you know that thing you said, even though you don't know who they are.
Imagine you see a street performer, right? They're playing violin on a street corner. They've got their case out with cash, right? Say you hate violin. Violin drives you nuts. Maybe he's not even good at playing violin. What do? You keep walking, right? No sane, decent human being stops and goes, you're fucking awful, dude. Kill yourself. What are you doing out here? You're making my life miserable until I just look a different direction. That's an insane thing to do. And most people know not to do that. But obviously the internet creates this is what I would believe to be false confidence. And believing that they're safe behind this imaginary source of social media, that they don't face any repercussions because their profile picture is an anime character. And that everything's a private profile. There's no consequence to saying what they say.
Yeah. There's no consequence for leveling an accusation. It's really bad.
Yeah, versus the real world, if you come up to me, I can have an intellectual conversation with you as to why I disagree with you. Yes, or I could smack the shit out of you. That is also a consequence that is viable. And that doesn't weigh on anybody on the internet. So it's easier for people to talk shit on there versus the real world where people actually aren't even bothered. And also I had to figure most of these people who talk shit on the internet and actively try to cancel people and have no life, they're not out in the real world. They're in their house doing absolutely nothing. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and they definitely have the mentality of like mean girl high school bullies.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to shame, we're going to reputation savage, we're going to exclude. Those are all...
Go ahead. Put so much energy in your life into thinking about me and how much you don't like me. What a waste of your life.
Yeah. So now you said too that when you posted your response to the criticisms, you posted something I think that's wildly funny, by the way. And so maybe you could explain that to this particular crowd. But you also told me in the intervening time between the 2 podcasts that wasn't a calculated response, that you relied on your instinct for what was funny. So explain what you did.
So funny. You sound like a principal who my parents came here. Tell them what you did.
That's right. Exactly. Lay it out, man.
But the principal actually loves it. This is perfect. So now I had to convince my parents not to whoop my ass. Basically, this thing happened. There was an outrage over a joke that was wildly misperceived. And that's fine. You're allowed to like or not like a joke. Totally okay. And in response to that, I posted, when you get canceled or somebody is upset about a joke you tell, you're supposed to apologize. People want you to back down and shame you and recognize what you've done wrong. And I don't believe I did anything wrong whatsoever. So it made me really feel like the people who were offended by this were, for lack of better words, and to be quite frank, weak-minded. So I posted a photo of me on stage, thought it was a good photo, with a link at the bottom of it. And the caption was saying, if I've ever offended you with a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology. And the link description should have been a dead giveaway. It said, click to solve your issue. And when you click on the link, it redirected you to a store,
That's
an
funny.
online
Click to solve
storefront.
your issue. That's funny.
Very specific.
Because it's a little ambiguous.
Of course. And then you click on the link and it redirects you to an online storefront for special needs helmets. I thought this was very funny. And again, misconstrued. People instinctually, again, people get triggered by subject matter than what the joke actually is. Everybody took that as I was making fun of special needs people. No. I don't have anything to say about
you're
special needs
making
people.
fun of people claiming special needs for their emotional fragility inappropriately.
Exactly.
Right,
I'm
right.
saying
And quite nicely.
you need this way more than they do.
Yeah, right.
And the best part is that you clicked on it. You fucking
That's right.
idiot.
They could have special needs earplugs that they could wear to comedy shows
That
where you
would be
actually
one-
couldn't
they
hear the
filter
comedian.
out all the words.
Yeah, all of them.
It AI generates what they want to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that'll
so
happen soon
genius.
enough. That's right. You'll be able to get an AI.
Well,
that's
that's
right.
what
AI censor.
But that's what that's technically what your algorithm is.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
shows you what you want to see. It tells you what you want to hear. The night that I was like the #1 trending thing on Twitter, night before last, I think it was, I texted my friend and I was like, yeesh. And he sent me a screenshot of his. I wasn't even top 25. He goes, nobody cares, dude.
Right,
It's in your circle because it's your profile. You're gonna hear about it, obviously, but it's not to the extent that people think. So yes, I posted this misdirect of an apology and it couldn't have went better. I was literally just sitting passenger seat in a car ride with my friend and I just thought it would be a funny thing to do. It took me no more than 45 seconds to think of doing that. I go, hey, is this funny? And he cracked up laughing and I went, nah, fuck it.